Hi, I'm Jean Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my thoughts of the week. Happy spring, everyone. Yay, it's finally here. Hey, just checking in about last week. Did you get a chance to look at your food a bit more? Did you notice how you felt after you ate something? I do hope you made some notes and maybe made a few changes, and maybe you can try a few more this week. Because it's all about this journey, all about learning what resonates with us. So I encourage you to keep exploring. So here we are. We're in spring, and we're coming out of the quiet, cold winter. In traditional Chinese medicine, this is the time of renewal and growth. We want to be outside a whole lot more. The birds are singing, the colors are popping, nature is waking up. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is still a gentle time of year. Think of nature and the animals moving slowly, lots of stretching, coming back into the world. And depending on where you live, temperatures are maybe not so stable yet, so always remember that if it is going to be a little cool or windy, to keep your head, neck, back, and hands protected from the wind and the cool breeze, because it's really the breeze that will get you. So, as we come into spring, let's look at some tips to make the transition just a little bit easier. If you remember from winter, we were in heavier foods, more comfort foods. We were resting a little bit more, inside obviously more. The time change, it was darker earlier, and here we are with spring, and the sun is out longer, and it just feels much better. So we do want to remember, as I spoke about last week, we've got prime digestive time, we've got assimilation time, and elimination time that our body goes through. So our prime digestive time is about noon to 6 or 7, and we're assimilating anytime after 7 p.m. to 3 a.m., and then our body is smart and starts to get rid of the toxins from about 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. So what I want to suggest is, as we're coming into spring and we're getting away from our heavier meals, that we eat simple meals, not too many ingredients. Our grain, our fish, our meat, our beans, our greens, keeping it simple. Prepare our foods in a lighter, simpler way. Simmer, steam, water saute, stir fry. I'm going to talk a lot more about those cooking styles in the weeks to come, so I hope you stay tuned. Also, as we're coming into spring, we want to avoid heavy, greasy food. We want to cut back on our butter a little bit, our cream, our dairy, our fattier meats. We want to use lean, grass-fed beef and our wild-caught fish. We do want to avoid processed foods, and we definitely want to avoid our sugar and simple carbohydrates. And I know there are lots out there that like hot and spicy, but springtime is not the time. Really try to keep it simple. Avoid our stimulants of coffee and alcohol. And we want to eat in moderation. We want to stop when we're 80% full. We want to check in. Maybe sometimes we're more thirsty than hungry. And so have a glass of water before we dive in. And we want to cut back on our salt, because salt slows our digestion down. And especially this time of year, we want to rev things up. So we want a different taste for spring. So the taste for spring is sour or pungent. And you get that in scallions and garlic and ginger and watercress and arugula. There's also a sweet pungent taste in baby turnips and peas and spinach, legumes, our seeds. I've shared with you before that each season has an organ, and in the spring it's our liver. So we want to try some fresh lemon in our water in the morning to wake up our digestive system. Think of spring as upward energy, nature coming out of the earth. So we want our food to be fresh and light, naturally go towards more salads and greens. So this week the action item is spring cleaning. Take time to look for new projects and release projects that you don't want to finish and no longer resonate. Let's look at our emotions and attitudes and habits. Is there things that we can shift and change? How about a good closet clean? And we can always set time aside to get our papers in order because tax season is around the corner. Let's clean out that fridge, get rid of what we're not using, and restock with fresh veggies. How about making some nice brothy soups and lighten up our eating that way? Make sure we're getting outside, walking in the sunshine, move, breathe, soak up that sun. The springtime is a time of new growth, new thoughts, new directions, and everything is possible. So I hope you have a wonderful week, happy spring, and get outside as much as you can. Check out our next episode of The Kitchen on April 3rd. We're going to talk about blanching our vegetables, water sauteing our vegetables, and steaming our vegetables. Hope to see you there next time on The Kitchen. Let's remember that we're in Earth School. We're always learning. Love is the biggest lesson, to love ourselves, love each other, and to remember that life comes from us and life is for us. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.